Oh, we've had such good luck so far. We need one more part. One more part. How about a 44? What will that take us to? Oh, interesting. Okay, so a green room. We haven't had one of these before. This is going to have some sort of geographic feature to it. Looks like it has 3 exits. All right, so let's get this on our map. Okay, so following the orientation, we're going to come up here. Big nice room through here. No exit up here, but we can get out over there. Okay, the question becomes now, what's the geographic feature? All right, D100. How about a 66? Okay, that puts us, let's see, oh wow, there's a ton of geographic features. Okay, 66 tells us, ooh, a fountain. You spot a fountain flowing from one of the dungeon walls. If you wish to drink the liquid, roll a 1d10. Oh, okay. If 1 to a 2, the foul-tasting liquid brings to a sickening gurgle from within. Yuck. Nothing happens, it has a pleasant taste, and you feel empowered. Ooh, how lucky are we feeling? Do we want to be empowered? I don't know. Here's the thing, I want to get out of this dungeon, all right? We have been so lucky up to now. My fear, since we are already diseased and poisoned, is that if we drink from this fountain, right, we could really get into trouble. So let's leave it for now. This is going to stay on the map. All right, so this feature will always be there. If at any time we need a refreshing drink, we can always travel back here and take a sip. But for now, I think we're going to bypass this feature. Just to remind ourselves, I'm going to go ahead and put a fountain here. Let's see, that was a 66. So I'll just put an F here to remind me, and then just to make it pretty, we will make it blue. How's that? You guys can see that, right? This is our questionable fountain we can come back to at any time if we like. And then the other thing that is really nice is that you can definitely make, especially with the bigger maps, a legend also becomes really helpful, because by the time you get through everything, it's hard to remember what that little blue blob is. So I'm just going to put a fountain here, and then I'm just going to go ahead and put a 66 right next to it. So we'll just do a 66 right there. The other thing you can do is you could also, like on the side, keep a little track of things. So for example, we could call this feature 1. And then in the corner on the side, we would simply put a 1, and we would say fountain 66. Okay, and that way, just a way to keep track of things. Okay, now there's no encounter here. It was just a green room, so we do get a chance to search it, and hopefully we don't get bitten by a snake this time. We find something a little bit better. All right, okay, green room, we're only gonna add +5 to our roll, so not as exciting. But how about a 28 +5? Costs 1 time, you find nothing of interest. No luck there. Darn it, costs 1 time. Ooh, our time track is getting low, my friends. We have to burn another oil. Now, when this time track refreshes, okay, when we get to the end, not only are we going to have to eat, we're going to have to roll on our disease and our poison charts. Not looking forward to that. All right. Nothing exciting found. So, which way do we want to go? We're oriented this way. Let's just keep heading north. Back to our map. And top of the round, I almost forgot. We have to tick some time for that. The last one we did was a penalty. This one is top of the round time. Okay, I always forget that. I hope I haven't been forgetting my time. 5. Oh, Nothing there, just a long tunnel. Okay, we can do that. Okay, since there is, this little guy was nothing happening, all we get to do here is another search action. Let's see what we find. No modifier, because it was a boring room, but 68, that sounds good. Ooh, it's gonna cost us a time. On one of the walls behind a badly hung curtain, you find a small lever. When you pull it, you hear a rumble from somewhere in the dungeon. Shade in one lever pip. Uh-oh, okay. Well, that had an effect somewhere. We just don't know where yet. Remember, it also said spend time. That's a knife 6, so we have to roll a D6. A D10. And we have to roll, yeah, we gotta roll really high here. We're gonna encounter a monster. A 9, awesome. Oh my gosh, we're almost there. We are almost there, people. Okay, let's look at our map. It was the end of our turn. We went through here, we found nothing but a lever that we hit. Okay, you know what? That might be important later, right? So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put another box in here. Let's stick it right over here, up here in the top. I'm just gonna put a little box item with 2. And then I'm gonna add to my legend that a 2 was a lever. Is it important? I don't know. It might be later. Let's head over here next. First thing we have to do before we're allowed to move is tick our time track. And we have to eat some food. We've been down here so long. Okay, the next time tick, we refresh this and we have to deal with the side effects of our poison. Come on, let's find something good here. What do we find? Rolling for our map. A 96? Oh, it's one of these guys. And remember, it's not going to trigger. There's going to be no objective here, no encounter, no nothing, but we get to roll better on the find map. And this one has 2 doors. Doors, 2 doors. Okay. Let's get that down here. And now let's figure out what kind of doors these are. Let's start with the door to the north, or straight ahead. That's going to be a 39. Ooh, it's trapped. Okay. To open test trapped door, it's a dexterity test. If we succeed, we open it. If we fail, we lose 1 hit point. Okay. So that's this door right here. And our second door, 57. Oh, just plain open. Okay, well, I think I know which direction we're going. So we'll just make this a nice open door here. Bam. Okay, I don't even want to deal with the trap door. There is blue. We don't have an objective, so all we get to do here is a nice search action, but we're going to get a nice bonus, remember, because this is a blue room. In fact, we get plus 20 to our roll. Ooh, hopefully something good. How about a 29 up to a 49? All right, 49 says, ooh, you find a magic scroll. Oh, roll once on table for the spells to determine which spell it contains. Oh, interesting. Okay, so that will require us to spend 1 time to find that scroll. So our time track is full. So what we're gonna have to do is what's called refresh your time track. All right, so that means we just take off all the marks we've made so far. And I think technically you're supposed to do this at, I should have done it last turn, but that's all right, We'll do it at the start of this one. Just recheck the rules, and it actually says when the last clock is shaded, that's when you refresh the track. It's a minor thing, I'll catch it next time. We're gonna refresh for right now. And we're gonna have to deal with poison and disease, all right? So we're gonna refresh our track. Ticket 1 for the spell scroll, which is another oil. Urgh, so much oil. Need to buy more. And let's deal with our poisoned and our disease. And it's hard work dungeon delving. Okay, disease first. We roll 1d10. We must score equal to or less than the number of pips. So for our disease, the good news is we're only at 1. So we're okay as long as we don't roll a 1. Okay, no effect from the disease. Poison is the same thing, but our poison is at a 2. So we just got to roll above a 2. Good, good, fine, fine, fine. Okay. Now, interestingly enough, we are not smart enough to use any spells. So, although we're going to find them, I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure our magic rating isn't quite high enough. But maybe we can either sell them or hold them until we become smarter. Let's find out. How about a 24? We find Fireball. Ooh, deal damage, deduct it. Yeah. Oh, costs 2 hit points. Ooh, spells cost hit points. That's rough. Okay, but that's all right for now. We're not a spell slinger. I'm merely going to add this to my list here. Interestingly enough, there is nothing on how to sell it. Maybe it's not something you can sell. Oh well, I'll put it in the items for now. We'll figure it out later. Wait, I figured it out. Never mind, it's not considered an item. That was my fault. You have a little spot here on your character sheet called Spellbook. You can only use them once your intelligence is 50 or above, but you can go ahead and record them here. Interesting. And you record them, I believe, in the order you find them. So we're going to go ahead and add Fireball to our Spellbook. So we did our search item. We've done everything we can do here. We're going to move this way. Let's rotate our map. We need to, of course, pay for this movement. We're going to shade that off. And let's see what we find here. Remember, we're looking for that one last part. We're so close we can taste it. 34 gets us just a long tunnel with nothing in it. Arg, okay. Okay, a long tunnel. Uh-oh. With nothing in it. Of course, the only thing we can do here is a search action. So let's go for it. Okay, here's hoping we find some parts. Come on. An even 20. It'll cost us 1 time. Let's do that now. Oh, and there's an encounter here. All right, wait, let's hold off on that. Never mind, let's see what happens first. Searching through some of the larger heaps of debris, you abruptly stop as the pile you are searching is made up of diseased and rotting corpses. No! Shade in 2 pips of your disease track. We're so diseased, guys. Oh no. 2 pips go in. Costs us 1 time to do that. And there's a chance now, of course, of finding a roving monster. So we need to get above a 4. That was definitely not it. We get an encounter. Okay, what's it gonna be? Now, if we're lucky, we'll find more rats and we can get our final part. Remember, minus 40? 57? Is that gonna be low enough? 17? Oh, it's giant bats. That's okay, because our reward is a part. So this is it. We just have to survive some giant bats. And this was one thing that I did remember to put in. So the giant bats are also 3 of them, so they should have the pack ability. So they have fly, surprise, and pack. We've done surprise, we've done pack. Let's take a peek at fly. Fly. A character fighting a flying monster suffers minus 10 to strength when making an attack roll. If you're using a ranged weapon, it has no effect. Oh, these guys are going to be hard to hit. So our strength, instead of being a 50, is going to go down to a 40. All right, flip over to our handy reference page. I forgot. First, I get to test our intelligence, so they may or may not surprise us. Our intelligence is normally a 30, so minus a 10 means we have to roll under a 20 or we'll be surprised. Oh, a 13? Really? We weren't surprised, guys. I'm so proud of us, even though we're not real smart. Those bats, we heard them coming. We heard them coming. So now that they're here, let's see what they do. Give them a reaction roll of 3. Nope, just a standard attack. We have to go under a 40 now because they're flying. Yeah, that's a 19. Okay, so we'll get a hit on them. Using our flail. For a single point of damage, that's all right, because it's a mighty flail, so that's automatically going to add 2. So we're going to swing at them and hit for 3. The question now is, where do we hit them? A 7. Off weapon, no damage modifier. Okay, so we're going to hit them for 3 points. Let me just check real quick and see. They have no defense rating, so they're just going to go ahead and take 3 points of damage. So that takes off the first one altogether, and we dink the second one. All right, now it's their turn to hit us. Remember, they're a pack, so they're at 35. Ooh, and they do it. They manage to hit under 35. Well, thank goodness they're not like diseased or anything horrid like that, right? And even better, their damage modifier is -3, so they really don't hit very hard. Let's see how they do here. They're going to fly at us for 5 points of damage, which will get negated -3 down to a 2. But let's see where that lands, because that might have an effect. Ooh, I think that's a 0. We'll call that a 0. It lands on our feet. Ha ha, our feet are hard to hit. It has a -1 modifier, so we only take 1 point of damage. Because we don't have any foot protection, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I guess we're wearing plate armor and no shoes. It sounds good to me. All right, we're down to 18 hit points, but that's okay because we have managed to dink them. So what do they do? 6? Nope. Just a straight up attack. All right, let's see how we do. We are still at negative, so we got to get under a 40. 41. We swing and just missed them. All right, their turn. They have been injured, however. There's now only 2 of them, so they're only going to get +5 for their pack bonus, which means they now have to roll under a 30. Okay. 43. They missed 2. Whew. Okay. Their reaction? A 2. Ooh, okay. If they're less than half of their hit points, they're going to get a little tougher. All right. So what that means is, remember, these are treated as if they are one creature, right? So what we're going to need to do is check I'm going to have to flip back, what their starting hit point value was. And we're going to add this together. So they started at a 233, which means they were an 8. We have dinked them down now to a 5. All right, so they're not half value. They're close, but they're not quite half. What that means is their reaction roll, if less than half, it's not going to apply. Whew, that was close though. So they're just going to do a standard attack. We get to go first. Under a 40. Oh, a 98. Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty big whiff on our part. Let's see what they're at. They're at a 30 because there's only 2 of them. 65. All right, we're good. Next round. An 8. If less than half, they escape. Okay, so far so good. We're getting lucky here. Let's see if we can whack them. Nope, we're just rolling really well. That's a 65, so we're gonna miss them. Okay, they're still at 30. 47, they're gonna miss us. We're just, maybe because they're flying, they're just like flying around our heads and we're flailing away, trying to make contact. A 0. Oh, an escape. Okay, so they're gonna try and get away from us. And let me show you how escaping works. Down here, baroop. Now escape can go both ways, right? We can try to escape the monsters and the monsters can try to escape us. So if we want to escape a monster, we have to do an escape test, all right? When a monster attempts to escape, we have a choice, okay? We can take a swing at them while they're leaving, okay? So we can try and whack them while they're running out of the room. If we manage to kill them, we're not going to get any treasure, okay? They're going to stay on our chart of defeated creatures. Why is that important? Because you'll notice here, the farther down we go, the closer we get to the reward, all right? So if we see these giant bats leaving and we decide to try and whack them and kill them before they leave, okay? They'll stay on our chart as a defeated creature. We will not get the treasure. And what's the treasure? A part. And that's what we're going for, right? We really want to kill these things. So the other choice is to block the escape. And how that works is we do a strength check at -10, and we say, okay, if we win, we're going to go back and start combat again. If we fail, the monster escapes. We lose it off of our chart. But we have a chance to keep it in combat. Does that make sense? So we can either let it escape and try and kill it on the way out the door, or we can try and block it and keep it in combat. And because it's this precious part we're trying to get, we're going to try and go with block escape. And hopefully these bats won't get away from us. It's a strength test, -10. And the flying penalty we had from before, I believe that only applies to combat. Let's flip back over and check. And sure enough, for flying, it only occurs with an attack roll. And this isn't an attack roll, this is a block. So it's not going to be a -20 penalty. This -10 isn't going to apply. We're just going to do a straight up block check. So -10 to our strength. Let's see if we can keep these darn bats in the room with us, because we need that part. All right, strength of 50, -10 is a 40. Come on, baby, roll low. 22, we did it, we blocked them. Yeah. Okay, so what does that mean? We are going to start combat at step 3, okay? Here. So they're not going to get another reaction roll, okay? We are going to assume that we succeeded at step 2. Does that make sense? So by blocking their exit, we have hit them. Okay, we made contact with them, we stopped them somehow. So we're going to go straight in to roll damage. Blocking their exit is the same as a successful attack. So we're going to start here at step 3. So not only did we stop them from leaving, we also get to inflict some damage upon them. Let's see, come on baby, big hit. 2, oh, it's not a big hit, but remember our flail adds 2, so that sticks us up at 4. And then we just got to figure out where we hit them. Hopefully someplace really painful. Like the legs, -1. No, do bats even have legs? Come on now, people. All right, so that means it's just going to be a measly 3 points of damage. Remember, they have no defense, so, at least it goes through. And 3 points of damage also makes sure that they lose their pack ability. Probably gonna try something tricky, sneaky on the reaction roll, but we'll deal with that when we deal with that. They get a chance to hit us. 29. Oh, they were at a 25, but they got +5 because they're packed, so that just hits us. Gosh darn it. Okay. They're going to hit us for 5 points of damage, but their damage modifier is -3, so that's just going to take it down to a 2. But the question becomes where? Where do they land their hit? A 0 is on the feet. Again, they keep... This is like some sort of weird tickle battle. So it's only going to be 1 point of damage that comes through. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. We can take 1 measly hit. We're down to 17 now. All right. But now the reaction roll actually comes into play because they are less than half health, okay? A 9? If damaged last round, and they were, they're going to try to escape again. Okay, well, we know how to do this. We know how to do this. We have to roll our strength minus 10. 33? 33? 50, 40? We did it. We blocked them. Okay, so we blocked their escape, and remember, we get to hit them. We get to hit them because the block counts as a successful attack. 5, and that should be enough because they are down to a measly 2 hit points, but we'll play it out. 5 plus 2, that's a 7. They have no armor. Where do we hit them? A 2 on the back. Oh, for another 2 points. Yeah. All right. So we're going to finish these guys off. Let's let them take their last swing at us, though. One last bat nibble as it leaves. Has to be a 90. Psh, nope, 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 nope. We definitely take them out. And we get our final part. Let's see what it is. Our last part, a 33. We are going to pick up, a giant bat skull. Ashtrays, trinket box. The Emporium will have a field day with this find for 16 gold pieces. Let's get it in our backpack and get out of here. And we've done it. We needed to loot 3 parts. We have rat saliva, a rat lung, and a bat skull. And that's all we need to complete our quest. When your quest is complete, you are immediately allowed to exit your dungeon, all right? You don't need to walk all the way back and figure out time, so we don't have to burn torches to walk all the way out through our exit dungeon. We just get to leave. And that was kind of lucky because the only reason we hit those, remember, was because we found a roving creature. So we would have had to continue to explore and burn time. So that roving creature actually ended up helping us. How very cool is that? Okay, we did it. We survived our first quest. We're done dungeon delving. We get to go back to town. And this is where the character develop happens because we get to sell our stuff and level up and get training and do all sorts of fun stuff. I don't think we ever got an experience tick, did we? Huh, that's interesting. So for our experience track, whenever we rolled, like when we were doing a strength check, or for the blocking, we only did strength checks, did we? Any of those strength checks, if we had managed to roll a natural 10 or less, okay, we have to get a 10 or less, then we're allowed to shade in a pip on what we use. We also didn't use any of our skills, but you know what? It was kind of an easy dungeon. It's just a training mission, so I am not too surprised by that. So no experience bonuses here. But we will head back to town and empty our backpack and sell our loot. So we did it. We completed our first quest. We get to check it off here. And we get the reward. We get 50 gold pieces in our pocket. I will take it. We also get to track it as a attempted and completed quest. And that's over here. Attempted, 1. Completed, 1, failed, nothing. All right. We take this off. That is no longer a current quest. And we can sell things. And since this is our first time, we'll just walk through it nice and easy. So the first thing we do is refresh all of our tracks. Keys and levers. Okay, we found a lever, and that doesn't get carried over. Because that makes sense, right? It was just for that particular dungeon. Refresh your time track. Great, hallelujah. Let's refresh our time track. Okay, we're good on time. You don't need to use any more food. Remove objectives, got it. The character may seek the services of a healer and remove each poison pip for 40 gold and each disease pip for 65 gold and restore lost hit points for 50 gold. I think this got changed. I remember reading somewhere that the restored hit points was cheaper than that. I'll double check it. But we can get rid of some of these poison and diseases. And since we've found so much gold, that might not be a bad idea, okay? You're allowed to do these in any order as well. So even though we haven't sold our items, it's not like now is my only time to refresh and repair, okay? The order is up to you. I'm just gonna go through them just because this is how they're printed for you guys. Repair items, okay? We can remove damage, here it is, by spending 1/5 of the repair cost, okay? It's already listed, so if we want, we might want to repair our flail. It's pretty baller, we don't want to lose it. Sell items. You can remove any item from the equipped belt, backpack, potions, and receive gold for it. So let's do that right now, okay? What have we got to sell? All right, we have 2 treasures, and interestingly enough, these parts, even though we needed to loot them, we are allowed to sell them. So I like to think that we sauntered into the local maybe inn or bar and just casually mentioned we had some rat saliva for sale because we had, you know, killed it, and then everyone oohed and awed over our conquest. So it's not like we're turning these in. We get to sell them for good. So we're going to make bank here. Good old board game geek. Sorry, I just popped away for a second just to double check this, and I was right, I did remember correctly. You can restore 1 hit point. It isn't for 40 gold, it's actually for 20 gold each. It's the same cost as a lesser healing potion. I'll be buying one in a second, and you can see that then. But I also ran the numbers as far as what we actually ended up getting for all of our loot. Okay, so we ended up, after we sold all of our items, with 599 gold pieces, including the 50 that we got as a reward. I'm gonna take some of that though and do some healing. It ain't cheap, I can tell you that. It's gonna cost me 80 gold pieces to get rid of our 2 pips of poison and 195 to undisease us. So mental note, let's try to stay away from poisonous snakes and diseased rats. But that leaves us with a whopping total of, I have 324 gold. All right. Okay, we've taken care of ourselves. We are down 17, so we're down 3 hit points. 20 bucks a pop, I think it's worth it just to go ahead and heal up before the next one so we can get back up to 20. So that would cost us 60 gold pieces, but man, I think that's worth it. I think that's worth it. And I think for my health points, so I'm not constantly erasing. I'm going to do the same that I do with my supplies. So I'm going to go ahead and say I have a 10, a V, and then, I know it says adjusted, but I'm just going to keep 5 over here. I think it just makes the erasing of it a little bit easier. So that cost me 2, 4, 6, 60 gold pieces. Okay. Buy required items. Okay, yeah. So some of this stuff we need to buy, like definitely more oil. We were burning that stuff. We can buy a maximum of 20 items plus your reputation. We have a reputation of 1. So we can only buy 21 items. And it's from table R. So let's look at that. What sort of goodies do we want to buy here? Lock picks? No. Food, you know what, we're still in training, so I bet we're okay on that. I feel like oil, we went through 4 oil on that adventure, so we may want to top up our oil. Every oil is 15 gold pieces. Wow, that's spendy. Power, strength, dexterity, healing. Okay, we drank one of our heals. We still have 2, but you know what, we have the money. We have the money, so let's do it. Let's buy ourselves, cure disease. 2 shaded pips, so that would be nice. So it's the same, right? It costs 65 for 1, so it's the same cost. We could just have it with us in our backpack. Interesting. Strength. Ooh, there's lots of cool stuff here. Oh, okay. Well, now I'm not sure, because let me go back and show you this real quick. The next action is search the markets. We can roll on a couple of tables. They have to have this little symbol on it to buy items. Now we can roll the number of times equal to our reputation. So we're only going to get one roll. You get what you get on this. You can roll on any of the tables, but the maximum number of times you can roll is based on your reputation, okay? So we have a rep of 3. So he, for example, could roll armor twice and weapons once. So with a reputation of 1, we get to only go to one market. There's only one sad little shopkeeper who will sell to us right now because we're not that impressive. So before I spend my money on potions and oils and things, I think I'm gonna roll and just wander through the market, go hit up my one buddy and see what he's got for me. The other thing we can do with our money is training. And again, our reputation is going to determine what sort of trainer we're going to be able to get to help us. All right? Gosh darn it. Okay, so you may shade in a maximum number of pips on the experience track equal to your reputation value, split amongst either skills or characteristics. Okay? It costs 200 gold for a skill and 2,000 for a characteristic. Wow, okay. Split amongst, okay, so we only have a reputation of 1. So that means we can only find one poor person to help us out. We are nobodies. And so what they're talking about here is these are your characteristics. So these are the very expensive ones to fill in. I think it said, what did it say? 2,000 gold pieces to get one of these. The skill tracks, however, these are a little cheaper to fill in a single pip. And that would only cost us 200 only. I don't think we're quite ready yet for training, but we could. Magic tuition, same thing. We haven't unlocked it. We're not smart enough, so we can't do that. And the last one is empire building, and we can make some investments should we be rolling in cash, which we're not. So I think we're just looking at basic items and the one shopkeeper who will talk to us. Let's go search the markets. So in order to decide if something is available at the market, we can only search on tables that have this little coin next to it, all right? And that just means anything here we'll be able to find in the marketplace. So we can search from treasure table B. The cheapest thing here is 105 gold. Treasure table C is available at the market. The cheapest thing here is 140 gold. So maybe those aren't the marketplaces we want to be looking at. Maybe something a little lower class. There is a weaponsmith available to us. Unfortunately, I really like our weapon. So the last one that we can search is the armor. And this is another one that was a misprint. When you print it out, the armor doesn't have the little market symbol, but in one of the facts or etera that were on Board Game Geek, they amended it to say that this also qualifies. So again, I feel like this is what we want. So let's spend our 1 point to search the armor. We're gonna head into town. We know one guy who's willing to sell us off the back of a cart. I think his name will probably be something like Wilford. He's gonna offer us as a pal, he's gonna offer us on our waist a leather girdle for 25 gold. And you know what, Wilford? I think we're gonna take it. It may clash with our plate mail, but we don't have anything on our waist right now. So let's go ahead and buy that. So we've sold everything. We've refreshed everything. We're ready for our next dungeon. But before we head down, we're missing one vital piece of information. A name. Who are we? What is the name of this warrior? What's the backstory? I feel like we have such strong starting armor. Maybe our parent was an adventurer. We're taking over for them. Maybe our brother fell in battle and we are avenging his name. I don't know. I don't know who we are quite yet, but I definitely need a name. So in the comments, of course, if you would like to help name our adventuring spirit here, feel free to leave one. But that is the first round of D100. I'm gonna put it away now, and that's going to be very simple. It's actually just going to be this. And the game is done and gone until the next time I want to play it. How cool is that? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one. I'm sure we'll revisit it again in between, but I just wanted to put it on your radar if you're looking for a fun campaign that won't break the bank, won't break your table, and won't have your setup and tear down time be hours and hours and hours. Check it out, guys, and I'll see you soon.